Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing today? Hopefully pretty good. Interesting, got a little bit of an update on the Kaprizov situation. Plus I plan on talking about some other little news and notes here. We have at least one very disgruntled player apparently also. But first off, of course, welcome. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you're new, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy the video also. Especially if you're new, if you like the video, hit that like and subscribe button. That would be fantastic. And so the Kaprizov front, found out a little bit more on this. That apparently he is still in Russia. Obviously, he was stopped. I guess he was reportedly stopped trying to come over. But I think one of the reasons why is we found out, and apparently this happened. He's tried to do this twice. He's tried to come back over, and he's been stopped both times. Apparently, his visa expired, his work visa. Now, I'm not entirely sure how the work visas work. Whether or not you have to renew them every year, or like my wife and I were discussing. She was thinking there's like. If there's a contract involved, that they would have the option of doing the visas for 5 years, which if that's the case, if they can do that, which I mean might be totally wrong on that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how the work visas are done, but apparently somebody, I don't know if it was necessarily Kirill that has to go through this, or if it's the Wild organization that has to get him the work visa. But somebody didn't, whether it was on Kirill's end or the team's end, we don't know. But somehow his work visa did not get renewed, so he can't come back he can't get back into the country unless he gets his work visa renewed. Now, and this was a thing that was kind of and some people were wondering if that was going to happen with a lot of the Russian players that have gone back home. Are they going to be able to get back into the United States if their work visas, if the U.S. was not going to hand out work visas to a lot of these Russian players? We don't know. But apparently he's safe and everything over there, which is good. But it was interesting that he apparently has tried to get in to the U.S. at least, I think, twice, and he was denied, and he was prevented from doing so. Now, there's still the reports of him obtaining a fake military ID to avoid doing the mandatory military service. But that's where I thought, when you play hockey for essentially what was the Red Army team, that counted toward your military service. I thought that's how that worked, but I could be completely wrong. Well, we got this little thing here. She kind of decided to interrupt a little bit. This is Annabelle. She's one of our dogs. But as I was saying, apparently, like I said, I thought that when you played for CSKA Moscow, that went toward your military service. I'm guessing not then, but I don't know. It's still a developing, or it's still a story that keeps updating, and I will continue to keep an eye on it. But apparently he has tried to get back into the country a couple of times. He was denied, and apparently he has an expired work visa. So I'm not sure who has to deal with that, whether it's on Kirill's end or if it's the team. But got to figure something out with that. But that wasn't the only little thing that we found out Minnesota Wild related. Apparently, with the news of Marc-Andre Fleury re-signing here for the next 2 years, apparently Cam Talbot is not real pleased. I guess Bill Guerin, the general manager, sat down and talked with Talbot's agent, and his agent was like, "Well, Bill's got a lot to think about." Where then Guerin then turned around and said, "I ain't got bleep to think about." So he's like, he's under contract. He's not going anywhere. So I'm thinking, Talbot's been used to being the starter. Well, now he's sharing the net with what's going to be a bona fide Hall of Famer. So he might not be getting the amount of starts that he's wanted, or that he's used to. We'll have to find that out. We'll have to figure that out, or find out come when the season starts. But yeah, apparently Talbot's not too happy, which is gonna make it very interesting to see how him and Fleury interact throughout the year, especially if Talbot is a bit disgruntled. But apparently General Manager Guerin, he's not really worried about Talbot's gruntlement. he flat out said, "I don't have bleep to think about." The old S word ends in T. But so that's gonna be interesting. There's that going on. There's the whole Kaprizov thing to go along with the cap hell that the Wild are going to be in for the next. This is the first of what's going to be their 3-year cap hell. So there's a lot to do, a lot to think about there, and yeah, we'll have to, and that's the one thing about the off season. We'll just have to keep going and seeing what happens. But of course, the Kaprizov thing, I will continue to keep an eye on and see if more news comes out about that, whether or not he can come over, or what the story is with the fake ID. We'll have to see. There's that, the work visas. It's just one of them things you gotta just kind of gotta go through. And but yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be a very interesting off season for the Minnesota Wild. And I'll be here to keep an eye on it, and whatever I continue to hear, I will come on here and I will let you guys know. And yeah, so that's about it for right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I thank you very much for being here. And again, if you're new to the channel, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you were able to make it all the way through the video, hit that like button. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button. It would be fantastic. I would greatly appreciate it. I want every hockey fan possible, and especially the Kaprizov thing. I'm on this channel, I don't want to get into. I don't want this to be anything political. Politics is politics. It's such a kind of thing. This is supposed to be a fun channel that talks about hockey. Unfortunately, you know, with this, it's, you know, it's a political climate that got involved, that you know, hockey just happened to unfortunately be involved in. But again, you know, I will keep an eye on it, and I will keep letting you guys know, you know, any updates from there. And again, I thank you guys for being here. Hit like and subscribe if you really like the video, if you enjoy it. And for Annabelle here, oh really? Yeah, listen to her going. All right. For Annabelle, again, hit like and subscribe. So if you like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. For me and for Annabelle, I will talk to you guys again very soon.